So last night, Lex Luthor announced that WWE will have equal rules between the men's and women's Royal Rumble matches this year. This excites many fans. We could see many stars from NXT appearing. We can see former divas appearing, but I don't see how all of that is a good thing. Here are 3 key reasons why 30 women in the Royal Rumble this year is a mistake that WWE will soon regret. 1. They just debuted 5 new women. 2 weeks ago, we have seen the debuts of Mandy Rose, Sonya Deville, Ruby Riott, Liv Morgan, and Sarah Logan. They're supposed to be the shiny new toys. I'd like to explain more, but it would make better sense if I just went to reason number 2. 2. They need 11 more women for a full 30 women match. More than 1/3 of the card will be full of mystery women, whether they are from WWE's developmental or from WWE's yesteryear. More than 33% of the women in this match won't even be on the main roster. Think about that. I know that WWE always has a legend or two appear at the Royal Rumble. And that's fine. Finding former divas to fill that huge number is hard to ask for. We've had many women like Trish, Lita, McCool, Beth, Kelly, Caitlyn. Many women would be interested in another stint or just another match in the company. The problem with this is that the more women they need, the more women they have to bring in for this match. And I know that it's a 30-woman match, but is it worth bringing legends back to do one match like this? They don't need 30 women, but that's the number they decided to go with, so that means more effort has to be taken to make sure that some viable names make it into the match. We'll see women like Bianca Belair, even though we just have 5 women debut on the main roster. Goddammit, Bianca Belair will be in the Royal Rumble, even though she's been only wrestling for less than 2 years. You know Triple H wants it to happen. He's high on her. We're going to see her in the Royal Rumble, debuting at a major WWE pay-per-view. Which leads me to my 3rd reason. 3. Many of those women they may be considering or shouldn't be considered at all. Just like the Mae Young Classic, Triple H misses the mark. He thinks he can just groom new talent into prominent roles before they earn them. Don't get me wrong, WWE will always need new blood. But like the Mae Young Classic, this is too much pressure for women with little to no experience. That budget tournament did little to impress me. Many of those women were not ready for an occasion like an all-women's tournament, what was supposed to be the talk of the WWE network. It just came by and went. It failed to meet expectations when most of the matches were with green women who were still training how to wrestle, and Triple H is here telling us that they're the best on the planet. Indie talent, developmental talent, former talent. People can tell me that, oh, there's only one winner in the Royal Rumble. They aren't going to win, just like most of the men who are in the Royal Rumble. What does it matter? It matters because it's the Royal Rumble. It matters because it is a major WWE pay-per-view. What have developmental talent done to go from NXT house shows in Florida to being in a big match for a women's championship shot? Sure, Fandango will likely not be in the match this year, but if he was, at least he is an established character on WWE programming. The fans know who he is, number 1, and number 2, he's been on WWE programming and on the road all year, so at the least, he deserves the paycheck. This year, they should have done 20, and should have dedicated only 3 of those 20 spots to developmental and former talents. They could have waited until next year to make it 25 or 30. They should have put a plan in place to make that happen for next year. A new weekly wrestling show for women, I like that idea. A women's tag team division, it's not going to be any good, but it's not impossible to do. If they do these things, you can easily have a 30-women Royal Rumble. This year though, 30 women does not sound like good news to me.